IT Enabled is a technology consulting firm that works with businesses across the nation to unlock productivity, reduce expenses, and increase the company's bottom line. With more than 75 years combined experience in the technology industry, our ability to manage and maintain your systems is unparalleled. We are resourceful, trustworthy, and experienced to help your business. Learn more about how we can help you with fast and effective 24-hour support at itenabled.com.
Hi, I'm Tara Watson-Watkins, President and CEO of the Lufkin and Galena County Chamber of Commerce. Welcome to the Connect podcast, connecting business to community. I'm here with my co-host, Blake Pollino with BP Media Group.
So in this episode, we talked with our city councilman, Robert Shankle of Impact Lufkin, about how you can be involved in this incredible organization that's really helping with poverty and areas of low income in Lufkin, and to help really revitalize our entire town and to really improve the place that we live. So let's jump into that episode now.
Well, we are excited to be in this new year and new month. We're interviewing movers and shakers in the month of January.
Okay.
And so you're our mover and shaker, Robert Shankle.
Well, I'm honored.
Why don't you start by telling everybody about yourself, just your background, and then we'll get into everything else.
Okay, I'm Robert Shankle. I was born in the small town of Newton, Texas.
Yeah.
But I was raised here in Lufkin, graduated Lufkin High School. Went to Prairie View for a semester. It wasn't for me.
Yeah.
And so I joined the military. Went to the military for a while and got out and came back to Lufkin and got a little bit of issues coming out the military. So I'm a disabled veteran. And so I wanted to give back to the community. And so I ran for city council. Really didn't know what I was getting into. But it's rewarding and helping the community and the city and the citizens of Lufkin to see what you could bring to people that's very interested in the city. And so my parents are still living, and I have 3 brothers, and I have 6 kids and 10 grandkids.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah.
That's
so
great.
I thank God that I just have a wonderful life. I have no regrets.
Well, you need to give yourself a little bit more credit. You did 14 years.
Yes.
For our country and part of Desert Storm. So
Yes.
thank you for your service to begin with.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. How long have you been on council?
In May of this year, it'll be 12 years.
Okay.
Yes, time has flown by.
Yeah, and like you said, you had no clue what you were getting
I
into.
had no clue. And once I got into it, I said, oh, what I got myself into. But, you learn as you go. Mm-hmm. And long as you stay on board, never forget where you come from.
That's right.
People will enjoy your honesty, your enthusiasm, and everything that you put into it.
Well, and I think people know that they can trust you and that
Yes.
if they need you, all they have to do is pick up the phone.
That's all.
Yeah.
Just pick up the phone and call.
That's right.
Yes.
What has surprised you the most about being on council?
The calls that I get.
The calls?
The calls. And I got a call. I got on city council. I got a call about getting bats out of a chimney. That's not my job description.
Right.
And so, and a lot of people, they just need someone to guide them in which way they should go and trying to get a problem solved. And so I enjoy doing that. And even though we don't get paid, it's the smile that you see on the people's faces that they get once they get the solution that they have.
Yeah.
Now, we can't certify everyone, but we do our best.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Well, and at least you know who to direct people to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I must say we have a great city council and our management that we have at City Hall now. And so we are moving in the right direction.
Yeah.
Great.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes.
So what's a focus for council and for the city for 2021?
Well, make sure we keep a balanced budget for one.
Yeah.
And we want to make sure that we spend the taxpayers' money responsibly. The way it should be spent, and we want to listen to the concerns of the citizens of Lufkin. That's the reason they have, elected us to be in those positions. And so we have to make sure that we listen to their concerns and make sure we move Lufkin forward, just not staying stagnant, move forward to the new age and the technology. that's out there. So yes.
That's right. So years ago, you started an organization called Impact Lufkin.
Yes.
Tell us what made you want to start it, and then we'll dive into it.
Okay. Well, I was brought into Impact Lufkin, Buddy Temple. It was his dream to help alleviate poverty in North Lufkin. So he got with Buddy Ziegler, then the executive director of Temple Foundation, Laura Squires. And so they are the one that went out and did, the homework on what needed to be done in North Lufkin. And so I was brought in a little bit later because, that's my area of representation.
Right.
And so it was, once I heard the vision that they wanted to go in, I was all on board. And I always tell the people, I'm not going to get anything that I don't believe in. And I let them know this is a once in a lifetime shot that we have to make this thing happen. And, we wanted people that had a vested interest in making this happen.
Right.
Nobody feel about get paid or get rich. We just want to change lives, stop the generation curse. So I just want to thank, Buddy Temple for his vision and for Laura Squires and Buddy Ziegler for getting this started. And so we just kept it up to make sure that everything come true.
I was looking at the website this morning, and it says Impact Lufkin is a backbone organization that strives to build on the strength of the community and address the needs while making a sustainable, positive impact.
Yes.
And it's such a great organization. Several years ago, y'all purchased a 170-acre tract of land,
Yes.
which to all of us that grew up in Lufkin, it's the land that was the old Lufkin Country Club.
Yes.
And so tell us about the vision of that land.
Right. And it's a miracle that we was able to purchase that land. We didn't have any money. And we stepped out on faith, and the day before that we were supposed to come up with the money, God blessed us with the money to pay for the property. And God has been going all the way through this. When we had those roadblocks, He'll maneuver us around and make it. It's not Robert Shankle. It's not a certain person that's doing it. It's God making everything come together. And so the vision that we have for that piece of property, Dr. Cooper, he's an urban planner at Texas A&M. They came up with a master plan. And so we want to build a neighborhood center that's essential for everyone, especially in that area, that they could come and be a one-stop shop. They could come get all kinds of services that's spread out, that's all over town. So you just come to Impact Lufkin and you could, get health care, you could get postal service. We even going to have a police substation. Everything that you would need, it would be on this one piece of property.
Its own neighborhood.
Its own neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yes.
And housing.
Apartments,
duplex.
duplex. And also we will have grocery store.
That's great.
And then we have some eating establishment in different retails.
Yeah.
So yes, and Brazos Transit has been more above in working with Impact, and they're going to make that one of their stops.
That's great. I saw that there's been 2 routes added.
Yes.
That's perfect.
Yes.
That's
and so a lot of people in that area do not have transportation, and so that's going to be a big relief for them. All they got to do is just get on the trolley. They'll drop them off at the neighborhood center and pick them right back up. So yes.
That's great.
Yes.
So timeline, what are we looking at on timeline, do you think?
Well, right now, we just did the groundbreaking
Yep.
for the housing, and then we should be through probably summertime. And then this year, we're starting phase 2. So we want to come back to the community and see what do they want to see next, whether it's going to be a grocery store, whether it's going to be more housing, or whether it's going to be retail.
Yeah.
And so we'll go back to the community and listen to what they want to see come, and then that would be our next step.
Yeah.
Yes.
So in December, y'all did the groundbreaking.
Yes.
You had a wonderful turnout.
Yes, it was.
Well, that was such a great day.
Yes.
And it quit raining, and it
Yes.
wasn't freezing cold.
It was just great.
It was a great
awesome.
day. Yeah, to be able to bless that. So about how many houses will go in that area?
In that area, we have at least 5 or 6 houses.
Okay.
Yes, affordable housing.
And are there people already lined up for those houses, or?
We have been getting calls, and we are setting up the financing. We have several banks that have stepped forth
Yeah.
and said, okay, we want to be a part of this project. We want to make sure that the low-income houses, people that really want to have home ownership, that they have a chance to do that.
That's great.
So we thank
awesome.
them for stepping up, yes.
Yeah.
That's great.
Can you talk about, so here, it's probably been a year or so ago, we did a video series about poverty in Lufkin, and it was eye-opening to me, having lived here my entire life, what I didn't know
Right.
about what was going on here in Lufkin. Can you talk a little bit about that need and how Impact Lufkin addresses it, and just for our listeners, just to kind of let people in on what their need really is in Lufkin?
Right. The need is for people to, at the beginning, is just to listen. And, poverty is real. I went through the poverty simulation, but
It's eye-opening.
it's eye-opening, but I live it, And so to see, some of the people went through, I said, well, we didn't know we had to choose between prescription drugs or to get our lights on, different things like that. So it is an eye-opener, but people, it's their everyday life. And so Impact Lufkin, we don't want to reinvent the wheel as far as services, but we want them to call Impact Lufkin, okay, well, where do we go to get on the SNAP program? And so we'll guide them to that program. Where do we go if we want to start a business? We'll guide them to SBC. We are just a one-hub shop to send people to wherever information or whatever problem they have to get solved. And so that's what Impact Lufkin is about. And we have numerous of volunteers that want to get involved in it. And since the pandemic, it has just, I say push everyone back, as far as helping and coming together. And so hopefully in 2021 that, we'll go ahead and start back up the meetings slowly with social distance and with the mask, and get back going and get people back involved in everything. So yes.
Absolutely.
So y'all were having, I know, community meetings.
Yes.
So those are the meetings that you're talking about.
Yes.
They used to be every second Monday of the month. So just stay tuned on, I'm sure, Facebook and your
Yes.
website.
Yes.
The chamber can help push that out.
Okay.
When y'all start up meetings, if you're interested in getting involved in that.
Yes, and also the first and third Thursday at 9, we have the community meetings for partnership. They come and we have different agencies. They'll come and present to the community.
That's great.
Yes.
And that's open to anybody that wants to come?
Open to anyone that wants to come.
And
yes.
where are those meetings?
At Brandon Community Center.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, Robert, you're so involved in the community. You're always organizing either food drives or toys for the kids, things like
Right.
that. Why are you so passionate about Angelina County?
Angelina County is a giving county. You have people that come in from outside and they say, wow, I never seen a county that's so giving. And so, my parents, dad is a pastor, and so I was raised up to give.
Yeah.
And we didn't have all that we needed to, but we had to love. And so
You didn't know you were lacking anything.
no, I didn't. I didn't. And so when I see other people that's in need, if I don't have it, I'm going to go reach out to someone who does to make sure that they have food on the table, or they get a roof fixed, or, whatever they need. We want to try to make sure that they have access to it and be able to get it. And it just warms my heart that we can make a better day for individuals, And so, I always, I share my parents with everyone, And so
Yeah, we all love them.
yes. And so it's like you have to get back. Each day that I wake up, I got to say, okay, who can I help today? That's my goal, to help one person a day, 2 or 3, but that's the satisfying part. Get up that morning and say, who can I help today? And then when I lay my head down on the pillow, we did it again. And then get up the next morning and start all over again.
That's great.
Yes.
Can you share just a story of just really from anything that Impact Lufkin for our listeners, how it's helped someone specifically? I mean, you don't have to say names or anything like that, but just so the listeners know how important of a service this is. And can you give us kind of like a story of, inspiration or how that's helped, or
right
something that was moving to you or that you thought was impactful?
Yeah. We and she passed on last year, Miss Archie Cornish, and she was very instrumental in making sure Impact Lufkin happen and doing things. And she was raised up here all her life, and she was one of the back in the day the movers and the shakers, and she's it was her dream to see something happen, in North Lufkin that would bring about a change to make sure that everyone, felt the same all over the city of Lufkin. And so she dedicated her life to make sure that she brought change, that she brought hope, and that she helped carry the vision out. And she did that until the day she died.
That's awesome.
And when we did the groundbreaking, the other day, it brought those memories back.
Yeah.
The passion that she had, and the encouragement that, because everything wasn't going right. And she'd call me late at night. Now, she called me her boy. Now, come on now. We have to make sure that we get it out to the community. You're going to have your ups and you're going to have your downs, but we got to keep pushing. And that's what pushes me now.
Yeah.
The words that she say, I'd never forget them, And so hopefully we'll be able to name a street or something on the property,
great.
after her. Because she was a big part. Then you take Miss Rita Simmons. She was an advocate on making sure that people came to the meetings. She was up in age, but she came and, she came and brought us all together. And she wasn't shy about giving her opinion. She'll give anybody an opinion on what she thought, should happen. But those are the kind of people that keep pushing me now that has gone on, but it's for the generation to come. And it's just not for people in North Lufkin. This is for the entire city of Lufkin, that we all come together and make Lufkin as a whole a better place to live and work.
That's great.
Yes.
Well, I think good things are coming.
Yes, they
Not
are.
only for Impact Lufkin, but for the community with
Yes.
Lufkin Forward. And there's just, we're going in the right direction.
Right, right.
That's the great part.
And I think, the chamber and the EDC, everybody is coming together
Yeah.
and working as one.
That's right. We have to.
We have to, because divided we're going to fall, but we all come together and we're going to make sure that Lufkin move to the next step. And that's what I'm excited about, everyone just working together to make this happen.
That's great.
That's awesome.
Yes.
How can our listeners help? So if people want to be involved with Impact Lufkin, what can people do? What's the best way to help out?
Well, they could look at the website and they could sign up and volunteer. And, 2021, we're moving forward. So any ideas that they have, anything that they want to see, not only in North Lufkin, but entire city of Lufkin, we could pass it on to the chamber. We could pass it on to the city. We just going to be a catalyst to get the information out to wherever it need to be. And so we just invite everyone to come out, participate. Everyone's voice is heard. And so we just want to make sure everyone is counted.
Great.
Well, Robert, we thank you for all that you do for our community.
Yes.
I think about you and I think about the passage of "Well done, my good and faithful child." And you are a servant and you have a servant's heart. And so thank you for all that you do and have done and continue to do.
Thank
Got a
you.
great heart, Robert.
Yes.
So.
Thank you so much for coming on. We really appreciate your time. And real quick before we go, can you tell listeners where they can find out more about Impact Lufkin? What's the best place to find information?
Well, the best place to find it is www.impactlufkincommunitydriven.org.
Awesome.
And that's the website, or you can look us up on Facebook, Impact Lufkin. .com.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much. It's a really inspiring story right here in our community about what other people are doing to make sure that this is a great place to live. And we sure appreciate you coming on. And thank you so much to our listeners. We appreciate you listening this week. If you're not already, please subscribe to the podcast so that you can catch these episodes every Monday morning. Also, if you prefer to watch the video form of this podcast, you can catch it on the Chamber YouTube channel as well as the Chamber Facebook page. Thank you so much for listening and have a great week.